And we begin with this. Tonight there is a growing dispute over a little boy's drawing that has touched a nerve with people all over New England. I'm Jonathan Elias.
And I'm Lisa Hughes. Thank you for being with us today. The boy was asked to create a picture that reminded him of Christmas. Here's what he sketched: a picture of Jesus on the cross. This raised red flags at his school. He was actually sent home. His parents told to have him get a psychological evaluation. Now, we've received hundreds of comments on this story today, and you'll see some of those right there at the bottom of your screen. Right now, Bill Shields joins us live in Taunton. And Bill, the mayor is now getting involved in this.
That's exactly right. The Taunton mayor says she wants an apology from the superintendent, the principal. That's public apology. And she wants both of them to apologize to the family. And one more thing. The mayor says this school system has to come up with a policy so that this doesn't happen again.
And this is a highly intelligent kid. Look at him. Look, he gets hundreds on his test.
So when the second grade teacher asked the class to draw Christmas pictures, Chester Johnson's son drew this: a picture of Jesus on the cross. The school officials said the picture was violent and that the youngster needed counseling.
But I don't see no violence in Jesus. Jesus is the savior of all people. He eliminates violence.
But the 8-year-old special needs child was sent for psychiatric testing, and the doctor said he was fine.
I want him transferred to another school, and I want something done about this. They owe my family an apology, and they owe me an apology. And what they can do is keep giving my son the education that he needs and work with him.
Other parents we talked to today agreed that the depiction of Jesus on the cross was not violent.
No, I think that's better than anything. Isn't that what Christmas is about?
The kid was probably, if he was Christian at home and that's his beliefs and that's what he was drawing, I don't think he should be. No, absolutely not.
Tony Saunders is a student advocate and says the principal was out of line.
And you have to look at it in the context of an 8-year-old child's mind, you know. He's not looking at Jesus on the cross as being violent, and he's not looking at himself as being violent.
I'm sick of using the race card, but being a black man, I feel that I'm racial discriminated, me and my child. I'm not trying to throw the race card in there, but that's how I feel.
Back live now, and Johnson also said his child now feels uncomfortable here at the Maxham school. In fact, his grades have dropped off, and he wants a transfer. Reporting live from Taunton, I'm Bill Shields, WBZ News. Back to you guys.
Well, Bill, this has clearly escalated. How many counseling sessions did this boy have to go to?
He went through 3 counseling sessions, and all 3 of those were at the expense of his family.
Bill Shields, live in Taunton.
That's another thing. The mayor is asking that the superintendent, that the schools pay for that counseling now.
Well, this one is not over yet, Bill. Thank you. I want to talk about what you've been talking about. We've received nearly 250 comments on Conversation Nation, which is our blog, Facebook, Twitter, and many of them are blaming the teacher.
Yeah, no shortage of opinion or passion on this one. A couple things we did check, though. The Massachusetts Department of Education said, look, this is a local education decision, not coming from the state. And the second thing we checked was with pediatrician Eli Newberger. He weighed in on this, and he says, you know what, there's someone else here to blame.
If anybody should be suspended in this incident, it's the school principal. This is a blatant abuse of power.
Newberger was concerned, too, with this. If this child was indeed asking for help or sort of crying out for help with his picture, which in this case clearly he wasn't, Newberger said the way the teacher, the way that the principal reacted is exactly the wrong way to react for anyone asking for help.
To take a posture that essentially is a punitive and shaming one, were this child to be depressed or suicidal, if that's what this signifies, only will make things worse.
So you get an idea that here's a professional, and then you had also the psych evaluation with this little child. Everybody's saying it's normal. It's kind of everybody asking the question, well, then what's wrong with the principal and the teacher in this case?
To Dr. Newberger's point, Ed sent us this comment on Facebook. He writes, when a child is sent home early from school, most consider that a punishment. In other words, that is a stigma. And Hakima on Conversation Nation sent this to us. She holds the teacher responsible as well. She writes, does she realize the stigma this child must now face with his peers? Does she realize that the child will now believe something is wrong with him and this will now be on the child's record.
And again, 250 responses to all of our social media, and there were a large number of those folks that said this, plain and simple, that it's the teacher and the principal that should have a psych evaluation before returning to work, as opposed to the child having one before returning to school.
Well, and there's no resolution yet, so we're asking the question, do you believe that this family deserves an apology?
Join the conversation, share your opinions with us. You can do so by going to our website, wbztv.com, or you can also reach us through Twitter or Facebook.
An 8-year-old boy's drawing of Jesus on the cross gets him suspended from school and ordered to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Now that boy's father is expressing his outrage. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Paula Eben. The boy did the drawing after the teacher asked students to create something that reminded them of Christmas. WBZ's Bill Shields is live in Taunton for us today. It would not be would be a bit of an understatement, Bill, to say the father is not very happy about all this.
You know, he's outraged about this. That assignment, Paula, was on December 2nd here at the Maxham School in Taunton. And the teacher told her second graders, as you said, draw a picture of something depicting Christmas. Well, they did it, but this boy then told the teacher that the person on the cross that he drew was himself.
And this is a highly intelligent kid. Look at him. Look at, he gets hundreds on his tests. I want him transferred to another school, and I want something done about this. They owe my family an apology, and they owe me an apology. And what they can do is keep giving my son the education that he needs and work with him.
And this is what upset Chester Johnson. A picture his 8-year-old son drew depicting Jesus on the cross. It was a school assignment. Draw a Christmas picture. But when the teacher questioned the special needs second grader, the boy said it was him on the cross.
Soon as he said that was him on this cross sleep, red flag. Yeah. She ran with it. Touchdown. I got him. Yeah. I'm going to have him evaluate. Something wrong with this minority kid. We got to get in his mind. I'm sick of using the race card, but being a black man, I feel that I'm racial discriminated, me and my child.
Back live now, that 8-year-old boy did undergo psychiatric evaluation, but I saw the letter from that psychiatrist back to the school. I saw it just a little while ago. It said, the boy is okay, he's not violent, put him back in school, but still, you can see Mr. Johnson is very upset. And some people, parents that we questioned today outside the school, are actually said, why in a public school do they have an assignment about one particular religion? Reporting live from Taunton, I'm Bill Shields, WBZ News. Paula?